Welcome. I'm Dr. Patricia Cariaga of Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology. We are continuing with the Social Work Ethics series, and we are on week 8 or session 8. And this session examines the ethical issues in humanitarian and disaster response. We're going to focus on emergencies, on vulnerability, on power, and on accountability. As you know, or as you're already aware, as social workers, a lot of you will find yourselves working in humanitarian organizations, helping communities deal with humanitarian issues. You'll also be doing a lot of disaster response. So it's very important that we respond ethically when you're working in these scenarios. Welcome. So we have to understand the nature of humanitarian and disaster work. And this work usually occurs during crises such as floods, which are very common in our society, drought, conflict, and displacement. And these occur all over the world. And these make communities extremely vulnerable. And, with vulnerability, ethical issues um, have a play in how we make decisions. So, as social workers, we must make fast but ethical decisions. In humanitarian and disaster work, we must make fast decisions as opposed to in the earlier session in community development, where I shared with you that you must take your time to make decisions, ethical decisions. In this case, we don't have time to be able to do that. So, we're going to work through how we're going to be able to do that. So, what is really going to help you to make ethical decisions in a humanitarian setup or a disaster uh, environment are the core humanitarian ethical principles. These principles protect those affected populations from harm and bias, and then they also guide action when it comes to these emergencies. So, if you follow these principles, you're going to find that ethical decision making becomes very easy for you. Just like in most of the work we do, resources are often insufficient for everybody that you're serving. So we face difficult choices about who to prioritize, okay? And of course, in other circumstances, we talk about various tools that you can use. But for the purpose of ethical decision making, one thing that you must bear in mind is ethical decision making must be fair and it must be transparent. If you stick to that, then you're going to make the right decision. When it comes to work to do with humanitarian aid, power issues are involved, and humanitarian aid can unintentionally create dependency. Okay, because aid providers hold power over vulnerable populations. Remember, people are um, they don't have access to basic needs such as food, um, proper housing, um, proper ablutions, okay? So they have lost a lot of the power that they previously had. And therefore, ethical practice helps to promote dignity and community participation. Always practice with this um, as the key, okay? Let's look at accountability as regards to ethical conduct. So, as humanitarian workers, you're going to be humanitarian workers, you must avoid exploitation and abuse of community members. You must safeguard the policies that protect the beneficiaries. These are organizational policies, national laws, international laws, okay? Um, so your professional conduct is critical in the camps in which you'll be working and in the emergency settings in which you'll be working. You must uphold your professional conduct. Okay, just like in any relationship, suddenly ending the relationship can cause harm to those who are involved. So, by the same token, this professional relationship we have with the community when it comes to carrying out our humanitarian programs, it is an ethical issue, and how it is managed is an ethical issue. Sudden exit or harm can, or sorry, sudden exit can harm the communities. Okay, and so we in terms of ethics, we must plan how we exit and we must plan for sustainability. So, ethical practice plans for sustainability and plans how we exit the community so that we avoid harm to them. So to wrap up the session, we want to just reflect on one of the values of social work, which is dignity and worth of our clients. And so ethical humanitarian practice protects the dignity and life of our clients, of community members. And we must act with integrity, even in a chaotic environment, like in disaster response, okay? So in the next session, we're going to look at professional misconduct and accountability and how those are managed. I want to thank you for taking time to attend this session. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Cheers. This has been Dr. Patricia Kariaga of Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology. I'm from the Department of Criminology and Social Work, and this has been the ongoing session on social work ethics.